set an open course for the virgin sea. And I've got to be free. Free to face the life that's ahead of me. On board, I'm a captain. So climb aboard. Hey, BOOZHOO, Wissany. Welcome back to the show. And Angela. How do you say that? Bridges? Bridges? Angela. Angie. Angie. When will our tears disappear? With no money in our coats and no loving in our homes. How you doing, Angie? Angie Bridges? Oh. Hey, Cousin Missy. Hand pink waving, hand pink waving. Oh, that must be one of those animations. BOOZHOO, Cousin Miss. How you doing? Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the live stream. The Fancy Pants live stream. We're going live on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. 2 platforms. And Joan Frame is right here to help us out. Miigwech, Joan. Today's show is brought to you by the generous donations of not Melinda P. and Bill, whatever, transgendered Gates. No, our show is brought to you by Joan Frame. My sister from another mister. No. So today, before we get started, I better put out some tobacco. I like to put out a little tobacco, say a little prayer, ask the Creator to, help me speak well and all that. I gotta say some prayers for old Wally Bear. He needs a lot of help. BOOZHOO, Wally Bear. And Jim Dunn. BOOZHOO, Jim, what's going on? I was just about to pray for you. I was just about to pray for your soul. No. Please help Jim. Have some pity on Jim, won't you? Haven't you done enough? No. Anyway. So, let's begin with Getchimanadu Odapana Niwi Asema. Great Spirit, accept my tobacco. Miigwech ka ishi ka kinakeku ka ishi chikea nun gum. Thank you for everything that you do today. Takawi tukawishan ando minawe ishi gigajaba. Although it's afternoon, isn't it? Please help me to speak well this morning. Dush. Iji, Ishkwa. What was it? Hold on, you guys. How do you say afternoon? Ishkwa nakwakwe. Mino ishkwa nakwakwe. Getchimanadu. Good afternoon. We're afternoon, I think. Yeah, it's like 12:30. So help me to speak well this afternoon. Miigwech ka ishi bamadaziyan. Thank you for this life. Dash miigwech ka bisandawieg. And thank you for listening. Ni miigwechewindam. Getchimanadu. I'm grateful, Great Spirit. Apenge. Amen. Ishkwa. Nawakwe. Afternoon. Good afternoon. Mino Ishkwa. Nawakwe. Nawakwe. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, people. and welcome to Auntie Natasha's Wisdom, Nabwakawin, and Prayers. Anam awag, win. Prayer. Anam a actually. Anyway, Middle Ishkwa Nawakwe. Good afternoon. And on this beautiful winter afternoon, let's face it, it's not spring, you guys, but it's nice. It's warming up. I think it's going to be in the 40s today. It's beautiful out here. See, Joan, there's a Z in BOOZHOO. BOOZHOO, not bonjour. I've never fully understood the connection between when a French person says bonjour, they say BOOZHOO. And in French, to say the Great Spirit, they say Gishamanadu. I met a guy from France. He was like, what does Gishamanadu mean? And I went, the Great Spirit? Because I knew it. That's what we call the Great Spirit in France. And you go, what was our relationship with the French people back in the day? You know, a lot of people, there was a lot of trappers, OJIBWE trappers. You know, all the environmentalists and the tree huggers and the water walkers, they hate to admit it, but our ancestors used to trap a lot of animals, from beavers, fox. I heard Ojibwes used to actually snare deer even. They wouldn't even shoot a deer. They'd set up a snare and trap, you know. And so did the French guys. They were really good canoe guys. They trapped. We traded with those guys, you know. And I think some of the stuff we traded was our language, you know. I halfway suspect that BOOZHOO isn't even an Ojibwe word. We're probably just saying the French word for hello. I think in Ojibwe, we probably said anin. They're like, what's up? But here we are. BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO. The other day we were talking about, we should start having a section of European appreciation. Time now for, you know, just kind of counterbalance all the complaining we do of Columbus. Oh. A white man came across the sea, brought us pain, misery. Okay, fine, but whatever. I think there was a lot of loving going on back in the days of the grandfathers between Indian people and non-Indian people. There's a reason why most of the families in Minnesota, Ojibwe families, for some reason they got French last names, like Bolio, Lafreniere, Lyons, for that matter. You know. Joan says, you can't counterbalance Columbus. Yeah, come on. Columbus wasn't so bad. We blame him for everything. Everyone else gets left off the hook. And we've one Spanish guy. Well, you know, he was the one who invented slavery. It's like, no. Columbus. I don't care what you guys say. I like the Italians. Da, 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 la, la, la. If it wasn't for Christopher Columbus, we never would have had Sylvester Stallone. Just think about that. You know? I think that was a pretty fair trade. Our culture, our historical way of living, our land. Come on, we got Rocky. That's a pretty good movie. Wasn't he Portuguese? Who, Sylvester Stallone or Christopher Colombo? I suspect that Christopher Columbus, I don't know what the truth is about that guy. I know he must have been an important person back in the days because they made so many statues and named so many things after him. But I think there's a lot of nonsense written in our history books that they just kind of portrayed Columbus as the villain. Oh, I'm the evil white man who came here and picked on the poor defenseless Indians. I blame Christopher Columbus for my hat falling off. But, all right, I'm going in. Boop, 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 boop. Beep, beep. Beep, beep. Bonjour. Hi, sweetie. Hey, you ready to come home? Yeah, my hat just fell off. Oh. Want me to teleport it? Nah, just leave it out here. Okay. 1 to teleport. Make it so, number 1. All right, hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Natasha. Hello there. Hey, welcome back. Thank you so much. So you lost your hat. Yeah, I'm like Adrian and Rocky. Hey, yo, you lost your hat. Yeah, remember that? Into the fight, the first thing you notice, where's your hat? So we were just talking about Columbus. Columbus, our most hated villain of history. Yeah. Who do you think would win in a fight between Hitler and Columbus? Oh, Columbus would waste Hitler. You think so? Oh yeah, Columbus? Are you kidding? That guy was a world explorer, man. He had a sword and stuff. I mean, he was a real warrior. He could ride a horse. Hitler was just a drugged out little weirdo. Yeah, he was, wasn't he? That'd be an interesting fight. I wonder who would win in a fight, Hitler or Columbus? Our money's on Columbus. Who would you want to have win? Yeah, I don't know. That's another one. Then again, I don't know. I think Hitler was pretty scrappy in his own way. Yeah. What? We can't talk about who'd win a fight between Hitler and Columbus? I don't know. Good afternoon, sweetie. Well, good afternoon, Natasha. Mino Ishkwa no Wakwe. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Over in this corner is NANABOOZHOO. Say hello, NANABOOZHOO. Okay, hey, BOOZHOO, Gakinawa. Hello, everybody. And over here, we have Michael Lyons, the rock star cartoonist. Ikadon BOOZHOO, Michael Lyons. Say hello. Hey, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to the show. And today, speaking of cartoonists, did you know that in addition to Michael Lyons being a rock star, he was also a cartoonist, or is a cartoonist, I guess. And if you like to color, Michael Lyons has a coloring book for sale on Amazon.com. Links are in the description, I'm pretty sure. An English Ojibwe coloring book. It is a perfect Ojibwe English coloring book, except for one thing. You know what? Yeah, I totally know what. Yay, give me one. Yay, give me one. And I love your book, Michael. This isn't a criticism, but you've mentioned this. Yeah, that's cool. Just tell him. This kind of yay spelled that way is sort of like, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Yep. And Michael said he wished he would have spelled it Y-A-Y. Like, yay, it's raining. Yeah, that's what I meant, but it's too late now. It's too late now. I also noticed there's a typo on the back cover of this book. Oh, Ojibwe language? Yeah. Ojibwe words and phrases and one typo. I think we misspelled language. Yeah. What? It's self-published. We tried our best. But Michael also put together this Ojibwe words and phrases. And this is just a quick reference guide to everyday Ojibwe. Just phrases and words. It's not a dictionary. But if you have an Ojibwe language class, hint, hint, every school in northern Minnesota, this is this could be your textbook. All right, there's no such thing as an Ojibwe language textbook for schools, really. This is not a complete guide to anything, but it's more than you're probably going to get to in one semester of Ojibwe. So Ojibwe words and phrases, and an English Ojibwe coloring book, both by Michael Lyons. Check it out. Links in the description. And having said that, anything else you want me to hawk? No, thank you very much. No problem. My pleasure. Anyway, and we have Patreon and stuff down there too. So, sweetie. Yeah. What was I going to talk about? Columbus, Hitler. I wanted to give some Auntie Natasha's wisdom with my morning prayer. Yeah? What kind of wisdom would you give? What would you say to a person, to a kid, who has the ultimate question? What's the ultimate question? What happens after we die? What? What happened? I don't know. Yeah, but if a kid asked you that, what would you say? Oh, well, I would say it depends. Have you been a good girl or a bad girl? I don't know. Would you tell them which religion would guarantee they go to heaven? Yeah, you have to be a Mormon. Are you a Mormon? Well, then it's the lake of fire for you, sister. No, I don't know. Yeah. Should I go up to heaven and contemplate this idea? Yeah, why don't you go up to heaven and contemplate the idea of what you would tell a kid happens when you die. Okay, this morning's Auntie Natasha's wisdom. I won't answer the question, but I'll question the question. What happens when you die? Okay. Yeah. Can you teleport me there? Well, of course. 1 to teleport. Make it so, number 1. No. Abian. Actually, I think Abian kind of means in the heaven. I sort of think Abian means the firmament. But heaven. All right. Today's little talk. What happens when you die? Well, what would you say to a kid? Joan tried to order the leggings, but they didn't have her size. What is Wally Bear talking about? Wally Bear's out of the dead. Joan, be aware of the bear. I'm an amputee, Wally. Thanks a lot. Are you really, Joan? Joan? Well, anyway. I was trying to remember the name of this girl that Michael dated. You didn't go out with Michael back in the 90s a couple of times in Duluth, did you? I mean, it's horrible, but I can't remember the name of the girl he went out with. I just remember she had an amputated leg. Anyway, I so hope it's not you, Joan, because I'm sorry we forgot your name. But anyway, what was I going to talk about? Oh, what would you say to a kid? What happens when you die? There's a show I haven't seen, but I really want to watch. Not enough to pay for, but it's another Ricky Gervais show called Afterlife. And his wife dies, and it's all about this guy grieving and just trying to get through life, just being super depressed and thinking about killing himself all the time. And he meets a little girl who's got cancer, and she's got a shaved head. And the little girl asks him, do you believe in heaven? And he doesn't. He doesn't believe in a soul, doesn't believe in anything. His body's so sad that his wife is dead. But face to face with a little girl who believes in heaven, he just said, definitely. I mean, how could you share any doubts you have with a little girl who might be dying? It's like, well, there is no proof of an afterlife. Many very learned scientists have proven that when you die, it's just lights out, I choose to believe in a way that most of my ancestors believed. That we're not people who have a soul. We're souls who have a people. We're souls who wear a people suit that gets old and then eventually dies. But we are souls that never die. I tell a little kid, you don't have to be afraid of ghosts, because guess what? You are a ghost. It's like being afraid of skeletons. What, you're afraid of yourself? You are a skeleton. Remember, you got bones. Right underneath your skin is a skeleton. Don't be afraid of skeletons. You are one. But then you go deeper, and you go, oh, but you mean I'm a spirit? Do I still have spirit here? Yeah. Jibeyug, spirits. Jibey. Oh, I'm an Ojibwe. I'm an Ojibwe. Oh, Jibey. I'm an spirit. Wait, talking about heaven and all this, that's also spiritual. Manadu a dizzy. These are spiritual talks. Manadu a dizzy. And there's a lot of nonsense around it. The simple talk that we all have with each other. Trying to figure out, if I figure out what happens after I die, maybe that'll help tell me what to do between now and then. Is there going to be a reward? Is somebody going to be judging me? Is my grandma up here? Hey, Grandma! Are you up here? How come you don't call? No. I assume you are. No, Grandpa? No. Grandpa, on the other hand? No. That's a joke he would appreciate, by the way. Anyway, so you are a spirit walking around in a skeleton, flesh puppet. And when you die, There's a lot of ways you can die. You can grow very old, and then eventually your body just poops out. You can get hit by a car. You can get shot. You can fall off a bridge. Just really describe a lot of ways you can die. Kids love to hear that. And then, no, I'm kidding. But then, nobody knows. Some people have had some pretty crazy experiences where they claim their heart has stopped and they could feel their spirit leave their body. They could see their body down there, and they floated away. Some people say they met Jesus. Some people say they came to heaven. Some people say they went to hell. Some people have weird experiences where somebody says, it's not your time. And you go back. And they enter their body. And their lives are never the same after that. At 100% of the time, when a person has a near-death experience, they always come back and go, there's nothing to be afraid of. I'm not suicidal, but I'm no longer afraid of dying. But still, we sit and wait. I wonder what'll happen. I don't know. Some people say it's a happy hunting grounds. You come up here and you hunt. When Indians die, you wake up and they give you a gun. And they go, oh yeah, there you go. The hunting grounds are that way. The happy hunting grounds. I mean, not so happy for the animals you're going to be shooting. But you won't care. Here's a whole bunch of bullets. You're never going to run out of bullets. You're never going to miss. You'll be just so happy hunting for eternity. The happy hunting grounds. In Ojibwe, they call heaven the land of everlasting happiness. Gagage menawana gozi ge winning. The land everlasting happiness. It's happy and it lasts forever. There is no death in heaven. You wake up and then you start living happily ever after. Maybe that's where they got that idea. The idea of heaven. Say hello to heaven. What's that Meatloaf song? Heaven can wait. And a band of angels wrapped up in my heart will take me through the lonely nights, through the cold of the day. But would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? We all have an idea, too, that there's somebody up here that's waiting for us. Would it feel the same if I saw you in heaven? I must be strong. I just hope my pets are up here. I don't think my cousin believes pets go to heaven. I'm like, come on. Gotta have a little faith. It's not just gonna be all your relatives you gotta spend eternity with. Yeah, that sounds like heaven. Oh, here's Thanksgiving weekend. For the rest of eternity, all your relatives that died, they're all together again. Oh, that'll be fun. Come on, for like a day or two. You want to really? You really want to spend eternity with your high school friends? I mean, there's a reason you stopped calling them in the 90s. But anyway, who knows? Would you know my name? I think Eric Clapton thinks his son's going to be waiting for him. Frozen as like a 6-year-old. Well, Dad, you finally made it. Yeah, I know your name. Eric Clapton, right? I called you Dad. And now you're an old man in heaven and I'm a little kid. Why didn't you get a lock for that window? No. Ollie Bear, I was playing Heaven and Hell on my bass. That's a tiring thing to play. Heaven and Hell. Hey, surrealist, mino ishkwa nakwakwe. Well, mino ishkwa nakwakwe. Right back at you, sister. Good afternoon. Put on your red shoes and dance the blues. I heard of a lady once who had a near-death experience. I think it was a lady. Might have been a dude. But anyway, he said when he saw Jesus, Jesus was holding a dog. And I never forgot that. I was like, yeah, of course there's dogs in heaven. There's probably Pegasus, you know, flying horses and that, unicorns. But I just can't stay here in heaven. Boop, 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 boop. Beep, beep. Beep, beep. Bonjour. Hi, sweetie. Hi, you ready to come home from heaven? Yeah, can you pick me up? You got it. 1 to teleport. Make it so, number 1. No. There she is. Oh, hi. How was heaven? Oh, glorious! Heavenly! Was it really? Yeah. Although it occurred to me at some point, I didn't talk about it, but I'm just glad you teleported me to heaven instead of just outright killed me. Yeah, I could have killed you to send you to heaven. Yeah. Nope, teleporter is much safer way. So, hello, bonjour. So here we are, down on Earth. Yep. Hey, you want to take a call? Well, sure, I'll take a call. Line 2? Yep, line 2. Hello, caller. Welcome to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO. You're on the air.
Hey, yo, Natasha. How you doing? It's Eric Carr.
Well, hi, Eric Carr. Michael, it's Eric Carr.
Hey, Eric, how you doing? Hey, yo, Mike, how you doing? You still rocking and rolling all night, partying every day?
No.
Well, you gotta rock and roll all night, party every day.
Okay, I'll work on that.
Are you still my baby fox?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Natasha.
Yeah?
I was wondering if I could learn the Ojibwe phrase of the day.
Well, sure, Eric. Well, we were talking, let's see. Well, today, here we go. Here's the word for Saturday. Gazibbe geese again a gay, geesh a good. Floor washing day. This is the Ojibwe phrase for saying Saturday.
Gazibbe geese again a gay, geesh a good. That's called floor washing day, eh?
Yep.
Why do they call Saturdays floor washing day?
Well, NATASHA kind of thinks it's because of the boarding school era that the kids must have had to wash the floors on Saturdays.
Well, what they call Saturday before the days of the boarding school? I mean, did they wash like the teepee floors or something?
Yeah, that's just it. I don't think they had floor washing day in the days of the dirt floor. What do you think they called Saturday back in the days of the grandfathers?
I don't know if we necessarily broke up the week into 7 days like that. I really do think that's a European construct.
A European You're so smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, gazibigi, saginigay, geesh. Do you have to wash floors in heaven?
No, there's a lady comes by here. I got a maid.
There are maids in heaven?
Yeah, maids come by to pick up your... it's kind of like a great big hotel. I mean, if heaven's like anything, if I can be honest, it's like a great big Holiday Inn.
No, it's not.
Well, where I'm living, it kind of is.
Okay. So how's everything else in heaven?
It's all right. I get to rock and roll. I get to party.
You party in heaven?
Well, yeah, we drink wine, and I eat grapes a lot, and then I play my drums. I'm playing in David Bowie's band,
Oh, really? You play with Bowie?
Yeah, he's all right. We're rocking it up.
Oh, that's cool. Well, we sure miss you, Eric. Kiss was never the same after you.
Yeah, I know, man. I mean, I was a huge Kiss fan before I joined the band. I was a huge fan when I was in the band. But then after I died, I would still see what they're up to, but I stopped buying the records.
Yeah, me too. Well, here's a phrase, Eric. Want to hear how we say, I will see you again?
Yeah. How do you say in Ojibwe, I will see you again?
Well, we say,
Gigawabamin, Minowa. Well, Gigawabamin, Minowa, Natasha. And is NANABOOZHOO there?
Yeah, he's right over here.
Hey, yo, NANABOOZHOO. Oh, yeah, Eric. Gigawabamin, Minowa, NANABOOZHOO. Yeah, you too, buddy. And Gigawabamin, Minowa, Mike. You're still my baby fox. Yeah, Gigawabamin. Eric. All right, rock on.
Eric Carr. Michael's one of his baby foxes.
Yeah, never mind.
Even at 56, you're still somebody's baby. Anyway, sweetie pie. You want to get up here?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to turn the show over to NANABOOZHOO. But first, you got your choice. You want to hear me and Michael singing Swallowed by the Cracks? Or do you want to hear me and you singing Sitting on the Dock of the Bay?
How about Sitting on the Dock of the Bay?
This is Sitting on the Dock of the Bay. And up next, NANABOOZHOO. Miigwech got bissen dawi egg. Thank you for listening.
Sitting in the morning sun, I'll be sitting when the evening comes, watching the ships roll in, and I'll watch them roll away again. Sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. I'm sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Left my home in Georgia, heading for the Frisco Bay, 'cause I got nothing to live for. Looks like nothing's gonna come my way. I'm just sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Yeah.
BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO NANDIJINAKAS. Just thought I should step outside for a minute. Boy, she was right. It's nice out here. It's not even cold. Oh, were you waiting for me to say something? Nah. When I come out in nature, I like to be quiet. You know you're good friends with somebody if you don't have to just talk and talk. So for the rest of the live stream, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to be out here, one with nature. As stoic and quiet as the trees. That's me. I'm not going to talk anymore. The strong, silent type. That's who I am. You know, better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak up and remove all doubt. That's what I say. I'm not going to talk. Nope. If you have nothing good to say nothing at all. That's my motto. No, some people, they need to rattle on and on. They're not comfortable with silence. Can you imagine? Not me. I like silence. I touch the sound of silence. Remember that song? Simon and Garfunkel. And touch the sound of silence. Fools, said I, you do not know. You fools, said I, you don't even know. I am the strong, silent type. I don't talk very much. I'm Indianish. Have you guys heard that phrase? To be Indianish? That's what I'm like. Just quiet. I like to fade into the background, you know. The old stoic Indian, that's me. Just be quiet. If I have opinions, I keep them to myself. I don't just sit and talk. I'm not constantly trying to, be heard. Nope. I'm not going to talk. It's good. It's good not to talk. You can't hear the Creator if you're always talking. That's what I say. That's why I don't just talk and talk and talk. Sometimes I just listen. But that's me. Maybe you guys like to talk and talk and talk and you love the sound of your own voice. Nope. Not me. I'm too self-aware. No. Yikes. Actually, except for the live stream, I do spend a lot of time not talking. Even when I talk to the cat, it's just short little, hey, you want something to eat? But there's something to be said about getting quiet and listening. and just waiting. Don't immediately talk or even think about it. Like if you want to see signs from nature, signs from the spirit world, from the Great Spirit, and you might miss it if you're constantly arriving at the conclusion already. If you're talking all the time, if you're constantly asking the questions but you never just stop and wait for the answers. I mean, what if they are faking Bigfoot? I've come to believe that everything is fake except Bigfoot, because I don't want to give up my belief in Bigfoot. But here we are. It's been decades of people walking around in the woods with cameras, seeing evidence but never having real evidence. And is it one of those things like the Loch Ness Monster, where it's a fake story and they want to keep people guessing and believing in it because it looks like evidence for Darwinism? It's like, yeah, no, Bigfoot's just a caveman. That's what all humans look like before we became civilized. What? Is that what you think Bigfoot is? I just thought he was some kind of mysterious tribe of hairy men. I didn't know, but nobody knows. Hey, cool, we got 100 messages already. Let me go at you guys. I just got a Restream comment. Congratulations, you received 100 messages today with Restream. Well, Restream, that's because the crew talks to each other. That's hardly 100 messages to me personally. People come here to hear me and Natasha in the background as they talk to each other. But Bigfoot, is he real? Subay! Why don't you just come on out and introduce yourself? I really want to believe in time travel too. Anytime there's a video on somebody traveling in time. Apparently there's a video out there of a guy who's sending back videos from the future. And he's walking around all these cities and there's no people. Everything else looks normal. The electricity's on, the malls. Just walks around, drives, but there's no cars, no animals, no people. He's the only one. And nobody can debunk. And I go, maybe it's real. Maybe that guy is sending video from the future where everybody except him is dead, or he's in another dimension. Maybe other dimensions are real. Who knows? Maybe it's a proof of the Matrix, that we're just living in some crazy simulation. And I don't believe that because anything Elon Musk would say, because I think he's just controlled opposition. He's just an actor. But what if this is all some sort of weird, something we haven't even considered yet? Yeah, it's a computer simulation. Or dreams and reality and souls and heaven and hell and just whatever. Is something totally another thing that we haven't even considered yet. That we couldn't consider. Like a fish trying to figure out what's beyond the fishbowl. And he looks out and he can barely think. Fish can barely think. That's why I don't feel bad when I eat fish. I know they feel pain, but they hardly think about it. Fish will eat their own babies and not even think about it. But they'll swim up to the edge of the glass and look out. And they'll see this enormous finger tapping on the side. How far do they get to understanding what's really like out here in the third dimension, as John Redcorn would say. Travel is awesome, and it shakes the cobwebs of sofa life loose. A rolling stone gathers no moss. That's true. Wally Bear says, I listen to the immigrant song when I go through a white town like Bemidji or Walker. The immigrant song. Thanks. Come to the land of the ice and the snow. So, maybe I should put out my tobacco. Even though I can't even begin to understand who I'm praying to. I wish I did. Maybe I do, but there's no way I can confirm that. It's probably beyond. It's probably like trying to figure out what a human being is. It's probably like a fish trying to figure out what a human being is. It's like a human being trying to figure out what God is. It's a big color in the sky. That's probably what northern lights are, It's God just poking on the edge of the fish bowl. Alright. Kuchimanadu. Daga odapanan niwi asema. Great Spirit, accept my tobacco. I don't understand more than I do. But, take pity on me. Jawenam. Ki Jawenam men. Take pity on me, I think. Bless me, whatever. Miigwech kaiji kakina gegu. Kaiji chikean. Ishkwa. Nawakwai. Thank you for everything you do this afternoon. Miigwech kaiji bamadazian. Thank you for my life. Dash miigwech gabizendawieg. And thank you for listening. Apeyenge. Amen. I was working part-time in a 5 and dime. My boss was Mr. McGee. He said he didn't really like my kind, but here comes friendship. BOOZHOO, friendship. Miigwech kitchimanadu NANABOOZHOO. John is white earth, raised on the Leech Lake Res. Raised, forged in flame on the Leech Lake Res. I kept my aquarium eye level, and when I walked up to it, they would come to me and wiggle while I shook my nose back and forth at them. I put steps there so kids could come play with them too. Just trying to communicate with this enormous, advanced life form just outside of their environment. Everything they can possibly understand. Water. Food that's provided by their creator, they think. It just rains from the sky. And if they're over-blessed, they can eat too much and die. And they get flushed down the toilet. Or is that part of the deception? Do they make you think, well, you can't even know your creator? It's too great. Remember all that stuff we said about light years and the Big Bang? Just to blow your mind, make you think in terms of
There's stuff that's beyond my mind. Well, maybe it's not. Maybe it's exactly like your picture, and that's exactly right. There's a guy with a white beard who made everything, and heaven looks kind of Romanesque. They found a statue or something, a frozen stone person in Russia or something. They unearthed this thing. And they're saying, is this evidence of one of the fallen angels? And it's a super realistic looking stone sculpture that was buried in the dirt. And it looks like some guy from Bible days, or he had a shield and a sword and like, a towel over his head, but enormous angel wings. Otherwise, just sort of human sides. And what is this now? Maybe, the dark forces don't want you to know that, yeah, actually, you're right on the right path. You know God. When you pray, He hears it. It's all working. We're trying to deceive you into thinking God is somewhere on outer space. No, He's right up there. And He can hear your thoughts. And, I don't know. And where are the artists? Where are the artists to talk about their spiritual experiences? I mean, the problem is so many of our celebrities who represent artists aren't inspired by God. Obviously, anybody at the Grammys doesn't know what it's like to be inspired by God. The positive force that works through artists, like probably Michelangelo. I can't name many people where you kind of go, oh, obviously that's of God. You can't look at Van Gogh and go, oh yeah, that's God inspired him. It's too ugly. But a lot of artists know that their best ideas seem to come from God. A lot of artists are actually very spiritual people. They have, they sober up. Wanna do a dizzy. To be creative is to be spiritual. Right? I think that's part of what we're designed to be. Got to create stuff. Whether it's a home or a family or a painting or a car or a podcast. We're creative beings. We were created to create. And part of that, the good creators, the people who are tuned in, we all kind of secretly know, I'll say it myself. Seems like God's working through you. You don't want to tell other people that it's not actually your funny sense of humor and your brilliant idea, but that you're actually channeling the creators. Because that's the thing too about being spirits, OJIBWE. I think the Great Spirit created us, and then we create for Him, but He creates through us more creation. Like He probably made your kids, but you made your kids. You know what I'm saying? Artists have that too, where they get done making something really good, and you pretend you're really modest, and you go, oh yeah. But part of you knows is like, yeah, guess what? The Creator Himself used my body to make this thing. And now it's called, the Statue of David or whatever. And I'd go so far to even say that Mount Rushmore, God used a human being to make this beautiful 4 faces on a mountain. It's a beautiful sculpture. The Paul Bunyan and Babe sculpture in Bemidji. classic art. No. I don't know. I mean, the guy who made that probably took it seriously. It's also spiritual. Well, I suppose I better go back. I don't think I'm going to see any Bigfoot today. Boop, 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 boop. Beep, beep. Beep, beep. BOOZHOO! Hi, sweetie. Well, hi, NANABOOZHOO. You ready to come home? Yeah, can you pick me up? You got it. 1 to teleport. Make it so, number 1. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, NANABOOZHOO! So here we are. Hey, baby. Hi, Natasha. It's nice out, huh? It's beautiful. We should go for a walk. You want to go for a walk? Yeah. It's like 40 degrees out there or something. I think it's 45. Nice. Yeah, I gotta let me stretch my legs. Let me go get some peanut butter cookies. That's a brilliant idea. We're gonna go for a walk, go buy some peanut butter cookies, and maybe we should just call it a show, huh? Yeah, okay. You don't want to take a call from Queen Elizabeth? Queen Elizabeth? Can we put her on tomorrow? Yeah. All right. Hey, everybody. I think it's time we mahjong. It's time we leave. If you like the show, give us a thumbs up. Share us with your friends. You can pretend you're like, hey, I think your kids would like this show. I noticed I watch this show for my children. And you don't have to be embarrassed that you're a grown person watching a puppet show. But like, share, subscribe, click the links in the description. Support us financially. Make wedge. My name is NANABOOZHOO. This over here is the rock star cartoonist Michael Lyons. Hey everybody, thank you so much. And over here, get out of here. The lovely and the talented Natasha. Miigwech Kakina Awia. Thank you everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. And I will see you again. Gi Gawabamin. I think this is David and David, swallowed by the cracks. I once was a dancer, I was young once like you, though I know I don't look it. I jumped high as the sky, had fire in my eyes, and legs like a stallion. And I had a girl and I loved her. My best friend was her brother. We were on top of the mountain that summer. Thought we'd never be swallowed by the cracks. Falling so far down, like the rest of those clowns begging bus fare back. Swallowed by the cracks, our pride worn down. Talking times gone by like everybody else. Swallowed by the cracks, swallowed by the cracks. We've been swallowed by the cracks, swallowed by the cracks. We talk all night about what we could do if we would just get started. I'd choreograph, Eileen she would act, and Stephen was the writer. But then Stevie ran away and got bored. Eileen took a job in a store, while I became this drunken old whore. And we'd been swallowed by the cracks, falling so far down, like the rest of those clowns begging bus fare back. Swallowed by the cracks, our pride worn down, talking times gone by like everybody else.
swallowed by the cracks. Swallowed by the cracks.
We've been swallowed by the cracks.
Ooh, swallowed by the cracks. Oh, yeah. Oh, la 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 la. Ooh.